Hello everybody and welcome back to Manor Lords, where we currently have all of our fields, I believe, under cultivation that should be, with the exception, probably, of some up over here. No, these are all under cultivation too. Okay, perfect. So that looks good. I'm going to leave some families on construction over here, I think, but is there actually a reason to? Hang on, I'm not sure that there is. There kind of isn't. I'm going to put one family into the farmhouse for now. We've got lots of room to grow here, so that looks good. There's no family in the windmill at this moment, and no family in the... There is a family in the communal oven. Okay, let's put a family in the windmill. I don't think we have anything to grind at this moment. We're going to upgrade this to a large granary, and we're going to upgrade this to a large storehouse eventually, but we're going to need to have some time pass for all of that. Okay, if there's nothing to grind, then I'm going to pull this family out of the windmill, and we're just going to keep them on construction over here for now. So that looks good. We've got all of our fields cultivated, but we're going to have some fairly small yields, particularly over here in Newslow this year. It's not going to be great. However, we should have significantly better yields next year. So that looks good. In theory, we've got 6,000 regional wealth over here. Wow. That's a lot. Okay, so we can start thinking about upgrading burgages here, potentially. What do we need? Tavern supply and clothing stall supply. So our tavern is out over here. Waiting, resting at home. Our brewery, we have a brewery here, right? Tailor shop, yeah, here's our brewery. So our brewery, we are currently resting at home, transporting, waiting, resting at home. Okay, I want to check in on our farmhouse. Nothing stored inside here. Our farmhouse down this way, nothing stored inside. And our farmhouse up here, nothing stored inside. So if this is anywhere, it's likely in the granary. We have 42 grain here right now, but we are definitely lacking barley. Okay. So that is noted. We're not going to have a huge amount of barley coming in here. This is entirely wheat. This out over here is mostly wheat. We've only got the 2 barley fields, so we're going to have a very small yield of barley this year. That is expected. We're not really going to be able to get too much in terms of growth here. So let's hop on down to Immenruth and see what we've got going on here. So we need to get burgage plots up to level 2. We need clothing stalls for that. Okay, so we've got our Weaver's Workshop here. We're working on it. So that's just something that is going to happen over time. Are any of these eligible to be upgraded right now? The answer to that is it looks like no. So we need to let the Weaver continue to work. It looks like the Weaver has gotten very little done at this point. We can expand the living space here. That seems okay. And we've got 4 unassigned families here. That's a lot of unassigned families. What do we want them to work on? So we've got the livestock trading post here. We've got the normal trading post. And what are we exporting here? Flanks. Fair enough. I'm going to toss another family into the trading post for now. And beyond that, I would like to get some of these upgraded. That would definitely be a good thing. Upgrading to a granary here, but we do have these constructions going on out over here. So the stonecutter camp, not built. Our mining pit here, not built. And our mining pit here, not built. So we're going to leave that be for the time being. Okay. So over in Ica now, we don't have anyone currently on construction. We are interested in growing our population here a little bit. We're building this church right now, and we've got these burgages up here. I wouldn't mind expanding this a little bit further. So I think we should go for residential here and getting a couple of burgages out this way. Something, I don't love that, but this is okay. Do it. So we're going to get a couple of extra burgages there. Now, over in Zawao, that was a little laggy, but over in Zawao, what do we got going on here? Well, we do need to get some burgages leveled up. We're requiring some additional food stall supply. Okay. We're just going to have to catch the timing on that, I think, is the way that this is going to end up being. We're just needing to get... Hello. This could be leveled up to level 2. We don't actually need level 2 upgrades. What we need is some of these level 2s to get upgraded to level 3. So we need time for our, in particular, eggs to get brought to the market. If we check in on our food here, we can see we've got 54 berries, we've got 240 bread, and we've got 1 egg. We need more eggs. So we're going to have to wait on that. That seems fine. Checking over in Waldbrand, I think things are going pretty okay here, although our regional wealth is maybe not the best in the world. I would not mind... Let's see, we got rid of our importations here, didn't we? Yeah, we're exporting eggs and vegetables. That's fine for now. We're not importing barley, in theory. Okay, so Waldbrand should be okay. Now, Newslow, it's gonna be a little grim, but we do have 7 months of food right now. So that is enough to get us through this next winter. Assuming we have no further food income, and we will have further food income. So we should be okay here in Newslow. Now, these mines are currently quote-unquote empty, but they're deep mines, so that is fine. Over in Selbitz, we are very much interested in getting some level 2 burgage plots. And it looks like we have had a little bit of population growth here. So that, well, actually, I don't think we have. But let's see if any of these are eligible to go up to level 2. We're lacking church level. Yeah, that would do it. We definitely need to get a church built here. We're still lacking the stone and the planks. So, we do have this stone out over here. Let's run a road something like this. There we go. And let's start construction of if we go into mining, let's start construction of a stonecutter's camp here and a mining pit here, just to get that all cleared up. We should probably also build a temporary clay fire furnace right over here, just right next to it. So something along the lines of that. And then we'll do something similar down with this iron deposit over here. We'll look to get that taken care of eventually as well. But I'm not too concerned about the iron deposit right now. So we've got 6 months of food here in Selbitz. I think we're going to be okay on the food front. Yeah, we've got lots of wheat coming in here. So that shouldn't be a problem. And this windmill here we're going to need families for. That is all looking fine. So at this point, I think things are largely in a decent spot. We just need to get some eggs over here. And that's kind of the main thing that we need right now, is eggs and time. We're just kind of waiting for the harvest at this point. So hopefully we see more eggs come in here. Exposed stocks are getting soaked, yeah. That's not necessarily shocking. We're not seeing huge amounts of eggs flowing in at this moment. There's 8 eggs. Okay. Do we have food stall supply to get any of these upgraded? The answer is probably no. These eggs are probably going to satisfy some of these level 1 burgage plot requirements, which is unfortunate. It's definitely not what I'm looking for, but we'll need more eggs. Okay. So let's continue to get some egg production going here. We're down to 7 eggs at this point. Okay. Just waiting for these eggs to come through, because all we need is a 3rd type of food here. So that's beautiful. Are we delivering eggs to the granary? Maybe. No. That was not eggs. Okay. That made me sad, but it's fine. Okay. Tithe has been paid. That is absolutely fine. So we're up to 553 influence at this point. That looks okay. I want to check in up over here and see if these constructions are being worked on. Not really, is the answer. They'll get there eventually. Emphasis on eventually. I'm not entirely sure where the ox is right now. So, our hitching post and then livestock. You are currently transporting. I can't see anything. He is inside of this building. Okay, there we go. Well, it looks like he's heading off to potentially grab himself some wood or the like. That's fine. So that is absolutely okay. Down in Ica now, we are interested in getting additional level 3 burgages here as well. So that means that we need 3 types of food, which we kind of have. But we're primarily lacking tavern supply. We have a brewery here, don't we? Or do we not? We might not have a brewery. Actually, I think we don't. None of these level 2 burgages have a backyard. So that is certainly noted. We're lacking food stall supplies to upgrade a lot of these. We can expand this living space, I suppose. That seems okay. But we can't upgrade any of those to level 2. Noted. Yeah, none of those are available to go to level 2 at this moment. And the ones that are level 2 don't have backyards, so we can't actually put in a brewery. That is understood. We do have this malt house here, but no one's working in it. We should put someone into it. And that was our construction worker. Okay, well, we are going to have population growth here. Deforestation killed berry bushes up in Selbitz. Okay. We don't actually care about this. We're not going to build berry bush. Well, we are going to want those berry bushes eventually. Okay. We should get a forester's hut here then. So that is definitely something that we're going to put in, and we're going to put this in somewhere like here, I guess. It's not perfect, but it'll do. And the logging camp here, I want to change their work area to be down here. About like this. There we go. And then the Woodcutter's Lodge, we're going to do a similar thing. It's going to be a ways away, but that'll be down over in this area, and they can get going on that. I just want to stop deforestation over by these berries, because we are actually going to need these berries later on. Not for a food source, but for dyes. So that's definitely something that we want to do. I want to have this Forester's Hut be at very high priority. And we're going to get that going. We've got a bunch of construction over here that needs to happen, but for now, that's okay. So we're working on a bunch of that. It's currently August, and we're going to go harvest the fields very, very soon. So these farmhouses are going to be helping out over here. These guys are going to be doing the lion's share of it, in theory. However, I'm going to assign these farmhouses specifically to working out over here. So this is maximum size, and we can have them be like here or so. Like that. Okay, we're going to do the same thing over here. I want these guys to be working specifically. What? Why did that deselect? Okay. I want these guys to be working specifically on these fields over this way. Now I want these farmhouses to be working specifically on these fields that are over here. So this is going to be maximizing the size-ish, and we're going to have them be working about like this. Okay? And then this farmhouse should be doing the exact same thing. And apparently that I must be accidentally middle-clicking. Okay. No, that doesn't actually do it. Weird. Well, regardless, we're just going to bring this work area size up to maximum here, and they are going to be working in this area here. Okay, so these two are going to be focusing on these fields. These two are going to be focusing on these fields. And that's going to cause a problem when September rolls around, because these fields are all fallow. So we're going to have to get that set up, but it's still currently August, so I'm not too concerned about it. We're going to get this ready to go here, though. The harvest will be very soon. Okay, so these should be set up, and we're just going to have to move what farmhouse our farmers are in eventually. So that looks fine for now. So these fields are going to be planted again this year, I think, and then these fields will be planted with these being fallow, is the idea. It's going to be potentially a little awkward, but, you know, it'll be fine. So it's still currently August. We're going to be cruising forward to September very soon. Our towns seem to be in a relatively decent state. That said, Zawao has 3 idle families, and I would like to do something about that, for sure. How are we doing for eggs here? We're down to 3. That's not great. Let's put in... Well, we don't have the wealth for a chicken coop here. Okay. Yeah, down to 2 eggs. It's not ideal. I want to check in how much honey we have up in Selbitz. 2 honey. Okay. And then if we check in down in Eichenau, how much honey is there here? None. We're currently subsisting entirely on berries in Eichenau. Okay. Well, that is understood. This windmill has someone in it, and this communal oven has people in it as well, so that just indicates that we're probably not getting enough resources from our hunting camp, which we should have a hunting camp here. Yeah, we could have another family in here in theory, though, and we might need to cultivate additional land over here, but that's not the end of the world. Okay, so that seems relatively fine for now. So this forester's hut here, we are going to want a family in it, and we're going to have these guys be working specifically for now out over here. I want to replant forest in about this area. Okay, so we're going to get going on that. That will be fine. We just want to retain the forest out over here and make this be a little bit more sustainable. Cool. So now the question is, how long until September? It can't be very long, is the answer. Now, we've only got 1 family in this farmhouse, and that's definitely not enough to cultivate these fields, or these fields, for that matter. So that's going to be a bit of an issue. We've got our construction family, which will be able to pitch in, for sure. But we're going to have to get all hands on deck here, or most hands on deck, I should say. Currently August still, and we're just waiting for September, though. At this point, we're pretty much ready for the harvest to come in, and it just needs to actually happen. Royal tax is increased, but it is, of course, September, and that means that it's time to do some work. So we're going to have this field go over to being wheat. We're going to have this field go to being wheat as well. I would like this field, that's 76. What is our highest barley field? It's actually this one, and this one, I think, at 76. Yeah. The next highest would be this one at 68, so we'll do that, and then these 3 up here are going to be wheat. Okay, so now we're going to have to harvest all of this. That'll be fine. But now we need to come out over here. So this is going to be rye for sure at 100%. This is going to be wheat at 58. Wheat at 57. We're looking for barley going up a bit here. Yeah, I could tell that you were saving. We're looking for barley to go up a bit, but this will be rye at 84. This is actually rye at 73. And this is rye at 77. Rye is a little higher over here, and that makes a lot of sense. Barley is at 23. Fertility is not great up this way. This is all a bunch of rye. I guess we'll go for barley here. We need a lot of barley. 35 is okay, and things are just generally kind of mediocre up here, except for the flax. But I guess that's fine. So we're going to be harvesting out over here and plowing out here simultaneously. So over in Selbitz, I'm going to mark these fields as being definitely wheat at 100%, wheat at 100%. I think we'll have these 2 fields be barley. Actually, let's check what these are. These are basically all 100% wheat. So 77 barley and 71 barley, and then this would be, yeah. So these 2 fields should be wheat. These 2 should be barley. And then the idea here is that this field is the flax field. Okay. So now let's hop on down to Eichenau, where this is going to be very basic in comparison. This is going to be 27% and 36, so this is going to be barley, this is going to be wheat. Okay, that seems fine for the moment. No fields to be done in Immenruth, so we're just going to head up to Newslow. And we're not going to be plowing this over here right away, so this will be fine. This is going to be barley at 27, probably. This will be wheat. Barley at 44 for sure. Barley at 28. This is going to be barley at 45. Barley at 39. We're doing a lot of barley down here, but there is some wheat coming in, and that'll be fine. Okay, so we're going to get that going, and this needs to get harvested and replanted, whereas this needs to get harvested and made fallow. Okay, So I believe that is all of our existing fields, but now we need to harvest. So let's cruise on forward a bit. And we'll get this harvest being worked on. We're going to start plowing out over here basically immediately as soon as our people start making their way over. And the harvest will be beginning shortly as well. Okay, here comes the harvest. Excellent. So we are beginning to harvest some of these fields. Looks good. This will all be fallow, and that means that we're going to move the families in this farmhouse down. We don't want them to start plowing. Just keeping an eye on our harvests here. This field is basically done being harvested, so this field is going to need to be told to be fallow. It's not quite done yet. Waiting on this little bit to get harvested. There we go. So this is going to be fallow. Next, let's head down here. Okay, these fields are already harvested, so fallow here, and we're going to start the plow off over here. Looks good. So Eichenau is done. Waldbrand is going to need a fair amount more, of course. And let's see here. We're going to be having these fields be fallow this time. So this is going to be set to fallow. This is going to be set to fallow as well. We're currently on rye here. I think this is going to go to barley. That's the highest priority there. This is going to end up being, honestly, flax, which is not really ideal. Okay. Still waiting on a little bit of harvest over here and over here. And we're beginning to plow over this way. That seems good. So this is fallow. This is going to be fallow. And we should be beginning to plow up here. Yeah, we're definitely making good progress on that plow. So that looks good. We are already beginning the plow nice and early this year. I like it. This is going to be fallow here. This field is fallow. This is going to be fallow. And all of these are going to be. These will be replanted, but to what? Not barley here, I can tell you that. This is going to be wheat. This we already determined to be flax. This field is not going to be barley. Looks like it's actually going to be wheat. Okay. So that looks fine for now. I want to check in over here. We don't want to be plowing these fields if we can at all help it. So these fields are not entirely harvested yet. This one is. This one's not. So we'll need to come back to that. We know we're done in Eichenau. Nothing to be done there. Up in Selbitz, I want to see... Yeah, we're still working on harvesting up over here. This isn't surprising. We should actually put a lot more families into the farmhouse here. We can put 3 for now. I'm going to pull 1 out of the trading post. They're going to go to the farmhouse for now. We're going to pull out of the saw pit. We're going to pull out of the logging camp. Both of those are going to go to the farmhouse. We're going to remove from the communal oven for the moment. And that's going to go to the farmhouse. And then we can get 1 additional. We're going to pull out of the forester's hut to the farmhouse. Okay, that'll be fine for now. Now, over in Newslow, these fields are all going to be fallow. And we're almost done with the harvest up here, so that looks good. This is going to be fallow. This is going to be fallow. All of these are going to be fallow. Okay, so these guys are heading down to harvest this last remaining field over here. That looks fine for now. And then they're going to have to transport all of these goods, right? And that is understood. They stopped doing this. I'm actually going to burn this field. There's no remaining wheat here. So I'm going to burn it, and we're going to set that to fallow. Okay. So then this down over here, we're going to have to get families moved over there. We're currently transporting goods here, so I'm okay with that for right now. Now, these fields are going to need to be replanted. This is going to be wheat. This is going to be wheat again. This one is going to be also wheat. That's the best fertility for now. So that looks okay. This field over here is almost done being harvested. Not quite. Okay. We're going to hop down over here and see how this is all going. So this field, not quite done being harvested. This one is. That will be fallow. This one will be fallow. That all looks fine for now. Still working on getting these last few harvests in here. Then we're going to have to transport the goods, of course. This field will be fallow. This field will as well. Fallow, fallow. This one's currently set to barley. That will be fallow. This one's set to wheat. That will also be fallow. So we should be done here in Zawao. this should automatically proceed from here. So we're done in Zoao, we're done in Iconau. Our food is a bit low in Iconau, that is understood, but we will start getting our... We will start getting our grain in here pretty soon, so that should be okay-ish. We should be fine on that front. Now, back up in Waldbrand. All of this is intended to be fallow. We are not intending to do any moments of plowing here. So these will all be swapped over to fallow. So that means that I believe we are now done in Waldbrand, except we might need to address some of this. So this is currently rye. This should definitely be swapped over to wheat. This field is currently wheat, and that is where it should be. These we know are good, and then this field we're going to have to change over. This is all getting set up right now. Okay. Let's let this get harvested. That looks good. And then we're going to swap this to barley at 24. That's kind of our best option there. Okay, so that looks good. We are going to have this field be fallow. This field is going to be fallow, and we're still working on the harvest out over here. Sounds good. So all of this is going to get replanted. These are all fallow. I'm wondering, are we still transporting here? Yeah, we're still transporting goods from the field. So that'll take a little while yet. No big deal there. We're still working on the harvest out over this direction. Several of these fields are ready to go, though. So wheat is the best here. Wheat is the best here. This is going to end up being wheat as well. This is going to be... I'm going to have this one be barley. This is wheat. Actually, this could be flax. I guess we'll do flax there for now. And then this one will be... I'm going to go with wheat here. It's not amazing, but it'll do. And then this is going to end up being flax. And then we've got these two fields to go. And then I think that's all of our fields, isn't it? For this harvest. I'm pretty sure it will be. So that sounds great. We're going to get all this done. We're already started on the plow here. This plow, we have very good progress going on. That seems excellent. So this field is going to be fallow. This field is going to be fallow. And then this flax field will be as well as soon as we're done with that. So that seems good. We just need to finish up these two fields and the flax field. Let's go. This one is done. This is going to be replanted as wheat. That is the best option there. It's not a great option, but it is the best option. Okay, I want to check in over here, specifically to see, are these guys are still transporting? They're actually coming out here to transport. That's interesting. They have the limited work area. Huh. That's very interesting. Okay. I'm surprised that they're doing that. But sure. I do want to wrap up this field here. It's actually at 0. I'm going to burn that field. There we go. We've still got the 28 wheat storage here. This is going to be wheat that we're going to replant. Okay. So these guys out over here, they are currently transporting out over here. So they're helping out with this. That's fine, but it is currently October. So these guys are now transporting and gathering. Yeah, it's going to take them a little while to get that all done. Iconau is running out of food. Yeah, we know that that's the concern here, but we're going to have the grain ground up into flour relatively soon. We're just working on planting this field. I'm not too concerned about it here, but I am going to toss an extra family into the hunting camp, so that looks good. Okay, so it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to get to work on getting our plowing done, but I think Iconau is proving a good model here. I think that this is definitely a good situation that we've got going on here, and we should probably look to model that situation in other locations. And we'll think about how we want to do that a little later on. For now, though, it is time for that cut, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we're going to get this done. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Andy McGar, Ali Lee, Dark Horse, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Tommy, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.